Hey there, it's Caprice and Anthony. We are taping the last show of 2018, and I don't want to say that we saved the best for last, but we can say that. Sure, we're going to say it.
Seems offensive. We got this cute little Christian band from Fox Valley. No.
We do. It is. We are hanging out with the Resistance, and they are going to spend some time with us chatting it up, and then they're going to perform for us. So let's just get at it and let them introduce themselves. So introduce yourselves, please.
Hi, I'm Mimi. I'm the lead singer for Resistance.
I'm Josh, and I play bass.
I'm Michael, guitar.
I'm Scott, and I play drums and percussion and just all around elder statesman.
Cannot eat mint cookies, for the record.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Right.
Just putting that out there.
More to come.
More to come later. So tell us a little bit about what kind of music you play. Not what you said.
I was just messing around. Sorry.
Well, we play original hard rock. We also throw some covers in there. We all kind of pick some of our favorites, and then we all learn them and put them into the sets. Based, we like to feel out the crowd and see, is this like an old school crowd who's gonna, be more into Lemmy. We got a Lemmy, cover for them, or we do Audio Slave, but mostly we write our own music. So
Yeah, we're high energy, like rock your face off, like performance type of band, and some high flying guitar solos and like good hard like heavy pounding rhythms and soaring vocals, and yeah, we like to get after it. It's fun times.
So now, how did you guys all come together? How did this all?
So actually, Resistance started in 2014, I think, or like late 2013, which Mimi and I were in a band together that kind of fell apart or whatever, and we decided that we wanted to keep working together. So we did. We replaced the members that we lost from the other band, changed the name to Resistance, and kind of started it that way. And we've been through a couple different like lineup changes over time, but Scott has been with us for like almost 3 years. Almost 3 years.
I think almost 4. I think we're going on almost 4 now.
Sure. Well, yeah, whatever. It's been a while. We keep him around because he's great with movie quotes and he plays good drums. And he is, yeah. And then Michael's been with us now since September, right? September?
Yes.
August, September.
End of September, started gigging with you guys.
Yeah. So about 4 years in this lineup, as it's going to go forward, like forever and ever. Yeah, we've been together since September in this form, but plan to keep it that way. It's been a lot of fun.
And you're so Anthony and I were kind of tooling around on your social media. You guys are really active on social media, and it's I have to say a huge shout out for that, because
thank you.
That's not always the case. So it made my life really easy when I was like getting ready for the show.
Oh, good.
But that said, tell people where are you guys on social media? Like, what platforms do you have if people want to get at you on social media?
I feel like our Twitter is the ugly stepsister, if you will. We're not very good at maintaining our Twitter, but we are out there. I think Josh maintains that one, or maintains it loosely. I don't know what's the handle for Twitter.
Resistance Rock 1.
Okay. And same for Instagram. I run the Instagram, so it's Resistance Rock 1 as well.
Facebook is resistance.rocks. ResistanceRocks.com is our website, but we're everywhere. All social media platforms pretty much. Our single Resist is on all music platforms, so you can get it on Spotify, you can get it on iTunes, Deezer, like it's pretty much everywhere. We're working on releasing our full album pretty soon, so that'll be available on all platforms as well. So that's pretty cool too. But we're everywhere.
You guys really are. You really are. And you play out a lot. Where's this is maybe a loaded question. if people wanted to see you, where's somewhere regularly they could see you?
Hijinks in Fort Atkinson. That's
exactly what I was gonna
yeah, sorry, Michael. That's like our favorite. That's like our Disney World, if you will. That's like our favorite place to play. It's really interesting because you wouldn't think there would be much in like Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin, but it's a great rock club. We just opened for Raven. The day, I don't know if you guys know who they're an 80s thrash metal band.
Oh my goodness.
They like gave the stories they gave Metallica their first European tour back in I think the late 70s.
Yep.
So they're like legends, and we got to open for them the day before Thanksgiving. So that was cool. But otherwise, I don't know, where else do we tend to frequent?
I mean, we're kind of everywhere, really. I mean, southeast Wisconsin, in northern Illinois, we kind of traverse that area pretty frequently at different places. We've been at the Brat Stop in Kenosha a few times. A couple of places in Illinois. We're kind of building a little bit more of a following in the Chicago area right now, too. So we're getting down in that area a little bit more frequently as well. So yeah, we're just trying to kind of branch out a little bit, and you know, we've been to Iowa, we've been to the western side of Wisconsin.
Milwaukee, our first show of 2019 will be at Fire on Water on the east side of Milwaukee on January 11th with Inbound and Hijack.
Oh.
So Hijack's a Milwaukee band too, a two-piece punk band. So.
You guys are based out of Racine?
Yeah.
Is that where all you guys are from, or just that's where you guys all met up at, basically?
Yeah.
3 of us live there now.
Yeah, I mean, I was born and raised there, but I'm probably the only one that's
Yeah.
actually
That's a town
a lifer,
Straight up town.
Racine lifer. So yeah.
You said something earlier about how you guys feel out the crowd for what covers you might want to play. How do you? I love that idea. So how do you get that feeling from the crowd, or how do you decide, or who's wearing what shirt in the audience, or kind of things like that?
I mean, before I was in a band, I've always loved singing. I was in choirs and stuff, but I really craved that, like live performance type, like more like in the spotlight type performance. So I started doing karaoke, and that was where I kind of I think
Play to the crowd.
Yes,
Yeah,
so that's where
fair.
I got that. So I like to think I'm a pretty versatile singer. So I'll sing anything from like Maroon 5 to Metallica. So that's kind of where I'll feel out. Our songs have a lot of different feels too. We have some stuff that's a little edgier, like with a little more metal edge. We have some stuff that's more ballady, and then I think we kind of see what people are reacting to in our set list, and then pull out whatever covers we feel would be appropriate or that they'd react to the most. I mean, "Show Me How to Live" by Audioslave is that one's kind of like across the board. People love that one. But like I said, when we did Raven, we're definitely gonna do Ace of Spades for them, more old school rockers. If we, have like a poppier crowd that seems like they're, if we're on a bill with, a little lighter bands, we'll, pull out some more pop, not poppy, but some more poppy rock that we have.
Sure.
I would add to that too, like I think that sort of feeling out the crowd, it starts long before we even take the stage. Like when we first get to the venue and people are starting to file in, we tend to think of ourselves as a more social band anyway. We kind of try to mingle with the crowd a little bit. We're not that band that's going to go hide in the corner or find a green room somewhere.
Leaves right when you're done.
Yeah,
You gotta know
exactly.
who you're playing to.
Right,
Yeah.
and so we end up meeting a lot of the people that are there. We get a lot of fans that way too, because at some point they'll come over and they'll check out our merch table because we were talking to them at the bar earlier, and you get to know the people a little bit more, and you kind of feel them out that way before you even go up there. So sometimes you might even have an idea, like, I think the crowd tonight might respond more to this cover instead of that one, or even some of our originals
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
We'll swap out some of our originals as well that we think that it seems like a little bit more heavier crowd, like they want to be rocking tonight, so let's swap out a couple of our originals and tailor the set to more. We can do it on the fly too, and fine tune it once we're in the set and see how people are responding to it.
You can probably relate to this. Ladies in the bathroom.
Oh yeah.
Put it on my lipstick before, put it on your lipstick right before the set, You'll like see some ladies hanging out, you've had a couple drinks, you're chatting. I've definitely gotten people who are about to leave to stay. Because they're like, they're like, oh, I love that shade on you. I'm like, oh, thanks, girl. And they're like, what are you doing here? I'm like, oh, I'm playing. And they're like, you're playing? You're playing? And I'm like, yeah, we're playing next. You should stick around. They're like, oh, I definitely will now.
Yeah. You're like, that's
Like, all right.
The three of us have tried that approach too.
They
They always
to be
ask us to
frowned
leave the
upon.
women's bathroom.
Yeah, a little bit more. It's like, hey, we're
thought
just
you were
trying to
gonna
be
say
friendly
at the
here,
urinal.
you know? We're just trying to
No.
make new fans, that's
We
all.
sing
Yeah.
Foreigner to each other at the urinal.
Like at truck stops,
Like
though.
you, like to-
That's
Only
a
at
true
truck
story.
stops.
Only at a truck
That's
stop.
a true story.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Okay, now you have to tell the story.
Oh,
You
I
can't-
mean, it's a pretty simple story. I mean, we were at, I don't know where, who knows? It could
It
have
was
been
in the
any-
Dells, I think.
Was it? It
and
could have
we
been any
were-
show. We were traveling, we were driving around.
And we were jamming Foreigner in the car earlier.
Yeah.
We like to carpool together and like do road trips like that. But anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, so Scott and I decided that it was time for a stop at this truck stop, and was it that or was it the Brat stop?
No,
Might have been-
it was at the truck
Okay,
stop.
it was truck stop. So
Yeah.
truck stop bathroom, not empty, and it was like a quick trip too, so it was pretty nice. It was big, and they had the music.
It was
they had the
classic.
music-
You know, it was classic.
It's a
They had the
classic.
music pumping in, right? And they had Foreigner, Waiting for a Girl Like You. And we just came out of the car, and the same. It happened to be like the same exact song. It was like right before, so we walked in and started singing a duet with each other of Foreigner, Waiting for a Girl Like You at the truck stop urinal. Probably the Dells, maybe. I'm not sure.
I like to imagine that whoever was inside the stalls like wanted to chime in with some backup vocals, but you know, they
Some
maybe a
people are
little shy.
Air guitar on the throne.
We're working on that.
I
you
mean,
know.
you're on bang on the stall walls for your drum beat.
Give him something. Give him something.
Yeah, right. Give them a little something extra, but we weren't alone. There were definitely people there. I like to think that they were singing along in their heads, but they let us sing together.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was good time.
It's a full concert.
That's great.
It was, yeah.
So just one more reason to be fans of you guys.
Yeah, I
Just
mean, we
never
try to
know.
keep things loose and fun and bring people, you know, other people in, even at the most inappropriate of times.
Providing entertainment 24/7,
Yes.
365.
That's right.
I was gonna say, so not urinal based at all, but you do something cool that I saw Mimi do for your fans for your Thanksgiving show.
Oh yeah,
You baked pies
I did.
for your fans
I did.
and raffled them off.
Yeah.
What? Talk about that for a
Sounds like the
second.
most
That's
Wisconsin
So-
thing.
that's like the tip of the iceberg only. Though.
That's like
Right.
so. A while back, I like to bake a lot, and I started doing like my specialties. I like to do liquor infused like buttercreams, or I'll make chocolates with like the filling, like a white chocolate molds.
Oh my
I'll in with like slow gin infused like or stuff like that. So I'll do like cupcakes, cookies, whatever. A while back, I was like, you know, maybe I'll try making a batch of cookies and put it on the merch table, and it went over way better than I could ever imagine. And now I can never stop because now everyone's like, what are you bringing to the show? So now it's like a thing where like the night before a show, I'll bake like two dozen whatever. I have
Wow.
like a couple decorative towers that we set up that are like the focal point of the merch table, and then those are free. We always give those away, and that's like another thing that it draws people in, and then you get to talk to people.
Hand out download cards.
Yeah, hand out download cards.
Nice.
So then for the day before Thanksgiving, I was like, I want to do something kind of extra, and so I decided like let's do a pie raffle, and then you can bring it to Thanksgiving dinner the next day. So. And I also baked a cake that day, but what was really funny was the lead singer from Raven came up, and I mean, we were geeking anyways because we're like, these guys are legends. So he came to the table afterwards, and he's like, they're British, right? So forgive my horrible British impersonation.
you're fine.
But he's like, I hear this cake, and I hear you're the Cakestress. And I was just like, yeah. And he's like, could I have some cake, please? And I'm like, for sure. So I went in and got him a piece of cake, and he starts eating. He's like, this frosting is fantastic. And I was like, oh, I'm glad you like it. And he just was like happy as a clam. And he walked away with his cake. And later I saw him and his brother, who's the guitarist, right, taking a picture with someone. It ended up on Facebook, and he's like this. with a full mouth of cake. And he's just like doing like the Rolling Stones tongue, and like he's just like, but with full of cake. And I'm like, that's my cake, man. But my favorite part was after we were just like kind of like on that performance high, and after he walked away, Michael and I were behind the merch table, and Michael just grabs me and goes, "What just happened, man? He likes your cake." And I was like, "Yeah." So that was cool. But yeah, so that's
awesome.
just like that's a regular thing we do. But the pie raffle was kind of a new one.
Well,
The boozy baked goods are always it's interesting to watch the dynamic too as it goes throughout the night, because at the beginning of the night nobody really wants to be the first one to take one,
yeah.
and there's always a question about what's actually in the
Right.
baked goods.
Yeah. Like, guys, no.
It's just a little bit of like booze in there, but it's all the alcohol is cooked off. But then once that
That's
first
not
person
true. Not in the frosting.
gets one, right.
But go
Once
ahead.
that first person though takes one, especially the younger females, like once one comes up and takes one, they're like, "Oh my God, these are so amazing!" Then they go get all of their friends, and and then it's just a swarm of people, like, and it's it's chaos after that, and everything is gone. So
Although now we have our friends who come frequently, and they are not they're not ashamed and they're not shy, and they'll come over and scoop one up before I'm even done setting up like the tower. So there's that too. There's those people.
She does have to make extras sometimes, so she knows that certain friends, like
yes.
if the animals come in,
Yeah.
then then you make an extra batch of cookies in its own container,
Yes, correct.
just for her, so that she doesn't eat the rest of them, so that
Yes.
the regular,
The secret
attendees-
stash.
Yes.
Yeah, the
Right.
secret stash.
Yeah, hi Ann. Yeah, she actually lives in Madison. We love her. She's one of our longest standing friends who have been supportive to us, and she actually painted a mural of our logo in our basement, like our practice space basement. But yeah, I've definitely made her own because she's eaten half of the batch that I've made for shows before. So then I'll just make like an Ann batch and put it on the table. I'm like, this is for you.
This is yours.
Hard rock and baked goods.
I feel like we need a road trip
Yeah,
in our
yeah.
future.
Yeah.
for
That's
sure,
what
and so do all of you.
Yeah, I feel
Highly
like
advised.
sweets and music, but I don't really
Yeah.
understand why we're not. We're gonna go to
love to
shows.
figure that
Yeah,
out.
we gotta figure
Cupcakes
that.
can be very metal. You know what I'm saying?
You don't even have to convince me. Like you said, cupcakes, music, and booze. What? There.
You're wearing a Def Leppard dress, you obviously already like cupcakes.
Okay, we have to sidebar this for a second. So, I did my radio show before these guys came here, and we were joking on Facebook. And Anthony and I tried to coordinate our outfits. Not really at all.
not true.
Not true. It's
Sometimes
just,
it just happens.
it just happens.
Sometimes we show up in the same skirt, and
And
it's embarrassing for one of us.
and I am a Def Leppard fan, obviously. These guys are not.
That's okay. Oh, I don't have. It's these two
I'm
on
not
the
offended.
ends.
Def
So-
Leppard neutral.
Def Leppard neutral. So I've been teased pretty much since 9 o'clock this
Yeah, I
morning.
would say about 9. Yeah, about 9 is when
That's
I
not
when I
too
saw
bad.
when I saw the
Started.
comment that you
If
guys
Def
were
Leppard wants us to go on tour with them, we're
We'll do it.
ready anytime.
I was gonna say.
So
That's a quick turn, but I like it.
yeah,
I mean, we'll set up their gear for them if we have to.
Yes.
right.
It doesn't matter.
we're good at it too.
Quick and efficient.
Yes.
Well, if we're talking about music, let's just go there. Let's talk about bands you guys do like. Let's talk about it. Do we want to do genres, or do you just want to go?
I have a band question for you guys.
Okay.
So, what is a band that each of you like that the other members either would be surprised to know that you like,
Oh, that's
or
Def Leppard.
or they are, or maybe you guys have already had the conversation and they're like, "What you like?"
Def
Mariah
Leppard.
Carey?"
I feel like we have a lot of those actually. We're very versatile. Well, let's start down that because I feel like you guys haven't talked a lot. So
I don't know about specifically among these friends of mine, but just in general, a lot of my friends are kind of surprised to find out that I like a lot of kind of older classic rock stuff like Styx and stuff like that. But I grew up with a lot of that stuff. I have older siblings and they all listen to that kind of stuff. So I grew up with it and was influenced by that stuff quite a bit. Growing up, but as I got older and kind of got into my teen years, I got more into the harder rock and more metal stuff, like Maiden and Dio and Black Sabbath and Motorhead and stuff like that. So that's kind of I formed those opinions of those bands kind of on my own, but it all really kind of started with some of that older stuff, and like Elvis and.
That was a surprise for me. I didn't know that about you, actually. That was a surprise.
Love Elvis. So, yeah, for sure.
Oh God. I mean, I love rock and metal. Those are my roots. I have quite an interest in rap music. Not like a lot of the new modern stuff. I like a lot like the '90s, like Biggie Smalls, Ice Cube.
There you go.
I like the newer stuff. I like Logic, Mac Miller, stuff like that. But other than that, it's pretty much straightforward, just heavy metal, rock and roll.
Here's the real question, though. Can you rap?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
No, I enjoy to listen to it, not to do
So
it.
no. Just want to see if you had flow.
Out of the question.
Only maybe on your guitar.
Yeah, I can rap on my guitar.
Right. Perfect.
While his
Some
guitar
scratching.
gently raps.
Yeah. Write it down.
I guess it's not a surprise to like you guys. You know me for a long time, but Backstreet Boys. Give me some straight up late '90s, early 2000s like boy band stuff.
See, and I
The
get
boy
ripped
band
on for
embellishments.
nothing.
5-part harmonies. I don't know. It was really popular when I was in high school. So but I'm hugely influenced by bands like The Offspring and Audioslave and like hard rock and like some punk and some metal and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, the secret would be that I saw 98 Degrees in the year 2000.
Nice.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Good for
And
you.
they were good.
But you're
So good. Those cliches.
Right? Only one of them.
right.
Oh,
I
the
forget
other guys-
forget
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
two,
It's just
right?
like
Except
you
for
bring your
God's.
little brother along with you.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, good for them.
That's how I got on this show.
Brought him along.
Perfect.
I can see that you're getting your
I know.
your zoom in faces back there.
It almost fits in the frame too.
Oh man.
Mimi, what you got?
Well, so it's not a surprise to these guys. They've been exposed to. I mean, I feel like I tend to bogart the radio on the way to shows because I need to warm up, so I'm gonna sing what I want to sing. So they get exposed to a lot of stuff they probably hate a lot. But I like a lot of rock. I honestly didn't start getting into metal until I started hanging out with probably Josh. So one of my first metal loves is Nonpoint, which I love them a lot. But I'm a pop fiend, like more 90s pop though. You know, like Spice Girls. I love the boy bands too. Backstreet Boys are my favorite. But I love like Lady Gaga, Adele, Rihanna. Those are, you know, some of those real powerful female voices. But otherwise, when I was, I think 13 was when I got my first rock album, and it was Audioslave. So they're forever. Chris Cornell's forever, like my favorite vocalist. But yeah, no, I guess my dirty little secret, which isn't so much of a secret, is the pop. Like the other day, he was like, "I have Lucky by Britney Spears stuck in my head, and I don't know why." But yeah, that's because it was on my Pandora yesterday. Sorry.
You're like, I do.
So yeah, I do. Oh, and Foreigner. That's one of my favorite things to warm up to on the way to shows. It's gives you it's like vocal aerobics, you know.
So we have time for one more question, and then you guys are going to come back and perform. And so before we do that, though, just as a reminder to everybody, we're going to link their stuff on our page. And I already did. I linked some of your stuff. So you can find out where to go get boozy goodies and your music and hang out with them. Because I think we've hung out with you guys now for a while. And I don't know. It's been pretty great. I feel like something's going on here. So if you guys were going to choose a band to go on tour with, go on down the line, whoever wants to start.
Like, do they have to be existing
I
still?
know what
No,
Scott's-
they
I know what
do
Scott's
not.
is.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
would all know what I would
Scott,
pick.
what is it? Everyone say it. 1, 2, 3.
Judas
Iron
Priest!
Maiden.
Oh,
That's another thing we do. A lot of people say that like Judas Priest sounds like Iron Maiden, so we always be like, "What's your favorite Iron Maiden? I mean, what's your favorite Judas Priest song? Is it Run Through the Hills?" Like,
We do anything to
So mad.
intentionally antagonize him.
Anything to
basically.
place Rob Halford in the local position of Iron Maiden.
Yes.
And I like me some Judas Priest. Don't get me wrong, guys. Okay, I love you guys. But yeah, Maiden is my
you think they're watching?
Maiden.
They could be.
Give it time.
I'm sure they are. You know. yeah,
Stranger
Maiden
things
for
have
me for sure.
Okay.
You're gonna have to come back to me.
Okay, that's okay.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
I would pick like so many.
You can pick more than one.
More than one?
Oh, sure.
Can we do a tour with The Offspring? Because I know Scott would love that. And then
Oh, I feel
I would
like
I would totally tour with The Offspring, or like bring Chris Cornell back and tour with Audioslave. I would say Motley Crue, but I don't know that I would survive that tour. Like especially if we
That's
didn't.
more about the after the show.
Right, like 1987. No, that'd be a bad idea, and I feel like they wouldn't be that much fun to be around in in the later years. So I'm gonna skip them for now. But yeah, Offspring and Audioslave probably.
Hailstorm.
Oh, yeah, that one too. That'd be a good one, too.
100% Hailstorm. I mean, there's the others for sure, but that would be my number one. Lizzie Hale is my hero for obvious reasons. I mean, she was just named, like the 2018. Was it?
woman.
Something
It was
like-
vocalist. It was Livewire vocalist of the
Yep.
year, and I'm just like, yes, she's just
Go figure.
they're just killing it. Yeah, so they're one of my favorites.
I would probably have to say Anthrax. It's a little bit of a stretch from the stuff we do.
That's the way to her heart right there.
Yeah, I love Anthrax. I mean, everything from their music and just to the people that they are, like just from everything I've seen, they seem like really good people and a lot of fun to be around. And yeah, no other reason that I'd pick a band other than Anthrax.
I love me some Charlie Benante.
Yeah, he's awesome.
She drinks his coffee.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, he's got his coffee.
I literally.
Foo Fighters would be a good one too. Those guys seem fun.
Yeah.
Those guys seem
That's
super fun.
excellent choice.
And again, I love me some
I
Foo
was-
Fighters.
that was the other
How
one.
can you not? I feel like they just like touch on like people who are not rock fans love the Foo Fighters. They're just so.
They're one of those
Very
bands everyone can
accessible.
love.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I feel like Dave Grohl was living every musician's life.
Fantasy. Yeah.
He
Pretty much.
barbecues.
Yeah.
Like, he I don't know. He's like an everyman who is a rock star.
Yeah.
He
He
is.
doesn't take himself too seriously.
Yeah.
I love
you know,
watching that.
it's-
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I love watching that video of the Kiss guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kiss
right.
guy on
Guy.
stage, and then I saw one recently where it was a kid, and the kid just shreds too. And
Yeah.
I'm like, man, can you imagine like being like, okay, there's a likelihood that one of us will get on stage tonight with the Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
It's my thought every concert I go to.
Just in case they
I
need
might
somebody.
get up there,
Bring
man.
your, you got your pick in your pocket.
Yeah.
Always.
Or
Never happened.
His impression of Walken, when Walken introduced him on.
Oh yeah.
And he,
Chris Cornell.
and he told him the inflection wrong just because he wanted to hear him say the Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters.
The Foo Fighters. They're just. I've seen them 3 times now,
It's awesome.
and I have no qualms about. I'm usually pretty much like that person when it comes to spending money on concert tickets. I'm like, ooh, not with them. I'm like, here's all my money.
Yeah,
Right.
Just
take
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 it.
it. Just take it.
So
One of my
yeah.
favorite Foo Fighters moments was Dave Grohl's birthday, and they were playing a show, and he wanted to play a cover song, so he had Slash come out and Jack Black and Kyle Gass from Tenacious D come out on stage, and they all
Tenacious
did
D,
"Tie Your
yes.
Mother Down" by Queen.
Oh, yes.
So good, so good.
No,
That looks like a
We love
blast.
the D also.
I was gonna ask you guys, did you guys do something with Tenacious D, or you went to their show?
We just, yeah, we
Okay.
did. It was funny because we got tickets to the second show because they sold out, at the second one. Michael got tickets to the first show, and we got tickets to the second show, so we all went, except for Scott, but we went different nights. But what I'm really excited about, we all just got tickets for Paul McCartney at Lambeau, so we're going as a band.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Trip.
awesome.
So,
Nice.
yeah,
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, you guys, it goes without saying, I think as people watch this interview, it'll be pretty obvious we had a really great time hanging out with you guys. Thank you so much for making the road trip and spending a little time. We are going to come back. You're going to perform for us. They are going to be brave souls and do a stripped down version of what they normally do, play a couple songs, and so we will be right back. You have been watching the Transistor show with the band Resistance. We will see you in a few. Bye!
Hello there, my name is Mimi. We are Resistance, and this first song is called Dead to Me. Somewhere in your mind, there's a cold voice saying things unkind. It's showing, how can you be blind from this hatred you're spewing? Living another lie, it's a strange world, you won't compromise. It's painful, this is your demise, and this chapter is closing. You're dead to me, and it's funny the pain this freedom brings. And when I sing, I know it stings. And when I sing, I know it stings. You're dead to me, and it's funny the pain this freedom brings. And when I sing, I know it stings. And when I sing, I know it stings. Somewhere in your mind, there's a cold voice saying things unkind. It's showing, how can you be blind from this hatred you're spewing? Living another lie, it's a strange world, you won't compromise. It's painful, this is your demise, and this chapter is closing. You're dead to me, and it's funny the pain this freedom brings. And when I sing, I know it stings. And when I sing, I know it stings. You're dead to me, and it's funny the pain this freedom brings. And when I sing, I know it stings. And when I sing, I know it stings. Shake me, make me feel that I can't breathe. It's scary, you can't see what I see now. Is your reckoning back and forth? Your world going colder as you grow old. I only get bolder. You'll never break me. Oh, you're dead to me, and it's funny the pain this freedom brings. And when I sing, I know it stings. And when I sing, I know it stings. You're dead to me, and it's funny the pain this freedom brings. And when I sing, I know it stings. And when I sing, I know it stings. I know it stings. I know it stings. I know it stings. When I sing, I know it stings. This song is called The Boy Who Lived. Sleep, pretty darling, don't you cry. I'd keep you from falling. the next song that we're about to play is The Hardest Part. We're going to tune. Thank you. Thank you. You're such a gracious crowd of two. I guess three.
So all these,
Thank you for
so all
having
the
us.
songs that we're performing today, except for the first one, "Dead to Me," is not on the upcoming EP, but the rest of the songs are all on our EP that we're going to be releasing in early 2019, springtime. So make sure you check All Things Resistance to see when that official date is going to be. You know what I'm saying? You guys know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. You can
It's a
check.
lot harder to tune and talk at the same time. Okay.
You can check us out for updates on Facebook, of course, and resistance.rocks on our website, resistancerocks.com. We're on Instagram, resistancerock1, and also on Twitter as resistancerock1. This last song that we're going to play, Take Me Down, we actually have not played it out since we recorded it because we changed it quite a bit. So this will be, and this is quite a stripped down version, of course, but this will be the first time we're playing it really for anyone but ourselves in the basement since recording it.
So thank you, Transistor Show, for having us. We are Resistance, and we're super, super happy to be here and hope that everybody enjoys everything. We had a great time being here, so as soon as we're done plucking strings, we'll be ready to play. Bass noodle.
Yeah, bass noodle away, man.
Wait, who am I?
I hope he watches this. Rito, that was for you, buddy.
Yes, this is my Rito.
Doesn't really it doesn't really translate on the acoustic very well.
Dorito is what I like to call him.
All right, ready, guys? He said she's fed up with me. Don't give up on me. Just take me down. Don't you forget what you meant to me. I would never leave you down and out. Your hands upon my waist. Just take me to that place. Get out. You say you need your space. That's just run down my face. He said she's leaving me behind, but you would never find a love that's quite like mine. Take all these memories from my mind and wipe away my tears. This of 1,000 years. She said he's just bored with me. You said you never leave, but there you go. You've changed for the worse. It seems just pack your things and please go. Your hands upon my waist. Just take me to that place. Get out. You say you need your space. That's tears run down my face. He said she's leaving me behind, but you will never find a love that's quite like mine. Take all these memories from my mind and wipe away my tears. Fears of 1,000 years. He said she's leaving me behind, but you will never find a love that's quite like mine. Take all these memories from my mind and wipe away my tears. Fears of 1,000 years. He said she's leaving me. Take all these memories from my mind and wipe away my tears. Fears of 1,000 years. Thank you so much, everyone. We are Resistance. And the men behind me, Michael, Josh, Scott,